my hand like a wrecking ball.
Guys, Valerie put aluminum.
In love, all I wanted was to break you off. All you ever like a wreck me.
So, this is That's Crazy Talk, episode 10. I'm Josh.
I'm Valerie.
I'm Donovan.
I am your host, Drew.
No, you're not. And,
So I would like to quickly point out we never finished the last one with
Josh,
the
you
normal...
gotta take your feet down.
It's blocking the camera.
It's
now.
blocking our whole camera. No, you really can't. Okay.
My
Is
feet's
Drew
alive.
blocking yours?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
His foot's in there.
It's dancing.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Ready? Alright. Okay. So last episode, I was gonna bring up something, but I decided to wait till this episode. You guys have had to wait a week. We've had to wait about 2 minutes.
This wasn't filmed in the same day. We were just wearing the same clothes.
It's what we
Weird
enjoy doing.
coincidence.
So,
I don't wash.
I was being me the other day and was thinking to myself, men are they've always been like the dominatory sex, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as time
Well,
has
not
gone
now,
through,
but...
and as time has gone through, women have become equal.
Mhm.
Correct?
Probably to the
If men had a vag and a pair of breasts, and women had a wang,
I wouldn't come outside.
but all the emotional stuff was the same. We always acted the same. Would men still have been the dominatory sex?
Why does it matter what parts you have?
I don't think it does matter.
That's the question.
No.
I don't think it is.
No.
Alright, well, you guys carried that one on for a good long
That was a weird question.
You guys suck! 'Cause you
It
don't
is
carry
not a
anything
question I
on.
want to discuss.
Where do you think of these? In the shower?
No, school gets
During
boring.
happy time?
School gets really boring.
During happy-
Hey, okay, you know
What's happy time?
what? That's it, in the shower.
Describe to us what happy time is.
No. What just happened?
Description. Next topic.
I like cheese. You know I'm lactose intolerant.
I don't like beans.
You're not lactose intolerant anymore.
Yeah, I am.
Josh, I think she knows
Wait,
better
did the
than you
pains
do.
come back?
Mm-hmm. I mean, all of them came back.
Josh, listen to me.
Huh?
Let me help
She knows if she's lactose intolerant. More
No,
than what
she
you
was
know.
lactose intolerant.
I
and
know this.
She got her
Yeah, I
gallbladder
know,
removed
I
and
know.
wasn't, and I didn't know the pain.
But
came
you
back.
told her no, she wasn't. She would know. She's got it, man. It's her body. She's got it under control.
Do you know my body, Josh? No, you don't. You don't know what happened.
You know how identical twins are a thing?
I'm just gonna pick that one up.
Did
Yeah.
you really just say that?
Yeah.
You act like we're dumb.
It's a freaking segue.
What?
It's a
Anyway,
segue.
continue. Yes, I'm a fraternal twin.
No, identical ones.
I know, I'm a fraternal twin, so I'm not identical. I'm the opposite of it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what
How
I'm
often do you think?
Pretty.
How often do you think parents mix up their kids when they're identical twins?
I don't think parent
If
like
you do that, you're
About
an
12
awful parent.
times.
No, I have the answer on this when I ask somebody.
Oh God.
I know teachers and like other people do it a lot, but I mean there was a pair of identical twins in our 6th grade class. I knew them apart exactly, but there was another pair of identical twins that I'm just like, hey, which one are you?
Do you remember Cody and Colin?
Yes.
That's the one that I asked. I asked Colin.
Cody dyed his hair black.
So one of them's black and one of them's brown.
No, they has blonde hair.
My
Colin
God.
has blonde hair. And
So-
Cody's is as dark as mine.
So I asked a kid the other
Okay.
day. It was Colin. I asked him this, and he goes, actually not very often. And then he followed that with, I think the last time that happened was a week ago. So it happens all the time. You guys were absolutely wrong.
I doubt that.
He said not very often, or he says, what did he say? He said it hasn't happened recently or something like that. And then he said like the last time was a week ago. Which, if that's a long time to him, then it has to happen a lot.
But that doesn't mean it happens every week.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Continuing this identical twin thing, if you had an identical twin and you were in the same classes in high school, how often would you guys just decide to switch it up?
All the time.
All the time?
Every day.
I would do it.
I would be like, I would switch it for the entire year, and then the last part of the year or whatever, I'd be like, you've just been lied to the entire year.
Then Ashton Kutcher would jump in. He'd be like, you a punk.
See,
That show's coming back. That
be
show's coming back.
I think that'd be a little bit difficult to pull off though.
What if that?
I don't think so.
Because you would have to almost change your name. Like you would have to act like you're the other person. Whenever the teacher calls on your twin, you would have to answer, and they would have to not react. And then on all your papers, you'd have to write their name, and that would be the only two changes. But it'd still be difficult to get used to, I would think. Like if I had an identical twin,
Yeah, it'd be hard like the first
named
week.
Larry.
Lobster.
and
Like Larry.
then like every time Larry was called, I had to answer, and then I had to write Larry Wilson on all my papers.
You should get out your name.
I don't care. That'd be hard
Stomp
to get
him on
used to.
Facebook.
Like that'd be weird. And then yeah, you'd have to switch Facebook accounts.
You're gonna have to switch Facebook.
I don't know. I think it would be hard, but I think it would be really fun too.
7 friends.
I didn't get my name up.
Yeah, you did. You gave out your last name and you said
Why'd
your
you
first
do
name at the
that?
beginning of every video.
We rarely get in the double digits in the views. All right.
Actually, I think we get double digits like every time.
Yeah, but I'd say at least 6 or 7's us. Because I have to go back and edit it sometimes after it's already posted.
Oh, okay.
So
I was about to say, I watched
You
them
said
one
that you
time.
watch
I
it,
spammed
but
one of
you
your
don't.
videos.
I watch it when I edit it, and then
Better, it was cartoon.
I'll watch it when it's on
I think it's
YouTube to make
cartoons.
sure that it's not messed up, and then I may have to go and edit it if it is messed up. Like,
I watch it like once.
Do we want to see if, as a group, we can name all of the videos
That we've done.
I can't.
You can't or can't?
I can.
That's crazy.
We've only
Talk
done like
2.
12 or
That's
13.
crazy. Talk 3. That's crazy. Talk
No, and the captions afterwards.
Yeah.
One
It's like there's one where it's the first episode we didn't have a name for it, did we? It was just Crazy Talk episode 1. So there was period problems. Then we had carpet troubles.
Yes.
Then
There was Time to Strip,
Yep.
Dream On.
Yep. I totally lied, by the way. He's naming ones that I forgot that we had. you know how? Have you ever tried to? Can you put your knee down? I can see Valerie. You know how? Have you ever tried to imagine a color?
Yes.
it's not possible.
Yes, it does.
Why isn't it possible? Why
Because
can't you do that?
all colors have been made.
What
But-
if everyone sees different colors?
But listen,
That's
I have a
purple
friend
for
that's
me,
That's
but
red.
for someone else,
It's red.
it's not red. It's
That's
like
red.
wine.
listen.
It's like a
It's
red.
like-
Okay.
I can
It's wine.
see a wine.
If you only could see white and black and the colors in
You're
between,
an old school movie.
all the shades of gray,
Pick
you
one.
wouldn't be able to imagine red and green and blue.
So basically, you're going from the premise of if you're blind, can you imagine colors?
I guess that
You can't
would work.
imagine much.
I guess it works. Just anybody ever can never imagine another color.
If you're blind,
Like,
can you
why
like
not?
imagine what something is?
I have a question. If you're blind, can you still see black? Like, you know how, like, okay, if you close your eyes and you can see your eyelids,
Yeah, I
it's
think
black.
so.
Black is
So-
the
I think that's the
color.
only color you see.
Yeah, I
Are you
think so.
sure, though?
Is that racist?
Hey, you know how when you close your eyes and
That's for you to decide.
you know how when you close your eyes and like you have like kind of like little forms come over sometimes like screw around in your vision?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think blind people see that?
You're gonna ask. I want to find.
Did you just say, do you think black people see that?
Is that
you
racist?
know for a fact I didn't.
No, I don't think so, because basically that's like something on your eye. That's what you're seeing on your
Is
pupil.
that? Is that what that is? Or
It's like
I
a
always
tiny
thought it was
particle
your
that's
head
just
being
in
big.
the. It's just a tiny particle that's on your eye.
I always thought it was your brain going, hey, look at this.
Hey.
Look. Alright, move!
That's why when you move your eye and it just kind of moves out of range, it's because it's.
I hate it when I do that. I kind of wanted that lucid dreaming thing.
You tried it?
You can't, it's so hard.
Lucid
You can-
It
dreaming?
is so hard!
I get
Did you succeed?
Well, okay, look, I'll show you. I'll tell you what I got up to. I got up to the part where I was laying in bed, and you know how you don't move or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got up to the part where I couldn't feel like my body, like it was paralyzed. That's what it felt
I
like.
hate that part.
Okay.
But I thought that was like the coolest part. Like
I was like at one point worried when I tried.
Valerie's sitting there going, in her sleep, she's going.
I did it. What do I do?
Have you guys ever had sleep paralysis?
That's what that is.
Yeah, but she was trying to lucid dream and got that. Like, have you ever got it?
You will get that from lucid dream.
I know, but have you
All
ever
the
just
time.
woke up and been in sleep
No.
Just take
paralysis?
shrooms and you'll be able to listen to the dreaming.
See, I heard a story from, ironically, a
NBC News?
podcast, which you know which one it was.
The
And
Internet
this
Podcast?
guy knew someone that had
Heroin.
they had sleep paralysis, and I mean obviously they could see, but that's all they could do. And they were seeing like a face hang over them, so they were just sitting there screaming, but they couldn't move.
Mhm.
And come to find out, a person had actually died in that house, and they were seeing their face.
I would bleep my pants. I'll leave it up to you to decide what that bleep is for. And I'd pee. No doubt about it.
I would think I would move. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
a horror
A
movie
question,
about
I've always thought of this, but I haven't ever wrote it down. If you had, like, a ghost experience in your life, and
ghosts.
you owned your house, you had the
Hmm?
power, we obviously don't because we're
What is a
16,
ghost
and you had the,
experience?
like, you saw a ghost or something, and you had
Ghostbusters?
you had the power to move whenever you wanted, you know, like our parents do.
Mhm.
How would you move if you, like, saw a ghost and it
Yes, I
scared
would be
you?
gone immediately.
Like, the next day?
Yes.
Or, like,
I'm
a
not
week
kidding.
later?
I would be gone.
What do you think, Valerie?
I like ghosts.
Don't be a creep!
I like turtles.
That's funny.
Would you?
There was this stand-up comedy Eddie Murphy did. He said, "Why don't people ever leave their house when there's a ghost?" And at the end of it, he said it was something along the lines of, "Oh, this house is beautiful. The children are playing in the garden. Get out, shame we can't stay." And they left. And I was just like, "Yes, it's immediately what I would do.
I couldn't do it. I'd be
I would
like,
be gone."
if I saw one, I'd just be like,
What is Ghostbusters' phone number?
gonna go ahead and pack my stuff.
If like paranormal things started happening in my house, yeah, I'd leave. But if it's just a ghost and I saw it, I'd be like, "How you doing?"
Well, first
I don't think you would.
Is it a scary
I'd like
ghost?
it.
Or
It
a
scared- it
attractive
scared you.
ghost?
It scared you, but it's not like movie scary, ridiculous bullcrap.
Is it a pretty ghost?
It's Megan Fox, but she screams at you very angrily.
I would stay. Because now we know
Jeez.
Megan Fox is a screamer.
I was reading a story on the internet one day. There was a Ghostbuster who went into some house in
Bill
some
Murray?
foreign country. I don't know. He went into some house in a foreign country, and apparently he came out and had a mental breakdown and then retired. And he had been doing it for like 30 years, been ghostbusting, and he just came out and had a mental breakdown and retired and never told anybody what he saw.
Are you sure he was ghostbusting? Because that's copyright infringement.
He was doing something, man. He was going in there trying to find the ghost.
Ghosts.
He was walking through and he's wearing all camo so they couldn't see him. And he had a shotgun on his shoulder and he's wearing an orange hat so other hunters would see him. My thumb naturally bends.
I forgot.
Mine can't do anything. It just.
Mine's awesome. I can make mine vertically kiss. Watch. Yay! See?
I can't. That's all I got.
Where are you, girl?
I can't do it.
No, she's not.
What am I, John?
Really?
You're a trainee.
Huh. Shows if she's a guy. That's I don't even know. How did I not know that? What's been going on?
I really hope you don't think I'm serious.
I don't. It's okay.
Okay, we're good. Though I am curious how that operation works. Like, how does
All right.
that
So we've been going for
operation
about
work?
18 minutes here. So we'll
How
go
does
ahead
that
and end this.
operation work?
What operation? Oh!
That
I thought of that
operation.
too!
You mean like how do you get from one part to another?
You know,
Wait. Do you want to save it for the next one? Or you want to do it now?
No, we're gonna do it right now. I'm gonna explain it. You know how you carve a pumpkin? you just go, and then you pull it out.
Fine.
And then you go to another person, you pull it out, and you just fit it in. It's like a puzzle.
Is it really?
It's like a puzzle, please.
How do you think they actually do it?
I think that's how you do it, actually.
You can't just cut a piece of skin out and insert it into somebody. It doesn't work.
Well, you have to cut it out and then get all the innards with it, like a pumpkin.
Rather,
Because
if you're...
with a pumpkin, you don't want pumpkin innards in your pumpkin because you want to cut it out and make a pretty jack-o'-lantern. So you have to get the innards out, and then you transfer those innards to the other pumpkin person.
What are you saying, Josh? What did you want to say?
I'm good. I'm good.
Do you think females who receive male genitalia, do you think they can control that?
Actually, maybe not. Maybe they just use like Viagra or something.
Because wouldn't that have to be like nerves?
No, I mean...
Or they could use goat weed.
Like,
So you're basically saying like how if
because
we had
males-
someone detach our hand and
males-
replace it with someone else's hand, we can't move that hand.
can they move the hand? The
No.
person that got the hand.
No. So like if someone cut off my hand and then cut off your hand and put your hand on my arm,
Yes.
I wouldn't be able to move it.
That's too
Why?
bad.
It's because
Well,
they can't
because
attach the
I was
nerves.
wondering that because I've heard of people getting like their sight back and stuff like that, and like getting their hearing back,
Did
and
you
when
read
they've
the
been
Bible?
blind and deaf for all their life. What?
It is possible.
Yeah, but you can
It's
retach your
possible.
own nerves. You can't attach someone else's nerves to two different people's nerves together. You can't attach them.
I feel like you should be able to. Like I feel like the end of
I mean,
yours should just go into theirs like a
21st
god
century.
dang socket.
It doesn't. I mean, they can
plug-in thing.
reattach. Like if they cut off my hand, they would be able to reattach it, but they can't
You just
attach someone
compare
else's.
Are
hand.
you just blabbering? What are you saying?
Did you just compare putting someone's hand on as in plugging a socket into an outlet?
Yes.
She's a tranny. Pretty good.
All right. This has been That's Crazy Talk,
Wait, hold on.
episode 10.
Which one?
I'm Donovan.
I want to kiss you
Just
so
kidding, it's
hard.
just her.
I'm Drew.
That's
I think
Josh.
she's gonna do
This
That's
is
Josh, and that's
that.
Valerie.
I'm pregnant.
We will see you. No, she's not. See, look, if you look right there, there's a knee. You don't really see her stomach, so it's not evident. We will see you next time, which for us will be in about 30 seconds.
Next time you see me, I won't be pregnant.
16 and pregnant.
Hey, Drew, you're the father. What's going on?
Sponsorship.
Yeah, were you the father? I mean, we talked about you taking.
You know, I may or may not have like 14 different fathers to figure out. I don't know. 14.
Is one of them Brandon or not?
I'm like
Oh,
a
yeah.
professional basketball player.